Hello Year 10 students and parents. Welcome to a very important phase of your education, and as you continue to develop towards becoming adults, it's now time for you to make some important decisions about your Year 11 pathways. There's a lot of decisions to be made, there's a lot of people to support you in making those decisions. First of all, I think you're very blessed to have what I would refer to as the St Luke's advantage. Your teachers know you well already. They're in a position to give you really good advice. Many of them have taught you since Year 7. They've seen you develop and they know your strengths. They also know how you learn and they're really passionate about supporting you. You know that they're there for after-school tutoring for you, and that's important to continue as you go into Year 11. But importantly, they're also there to give you that really good advice that's critical at the moment. You know that as you go into Year 11 at St Luke's, you'll have smaller classes than you might have elsewhere, but you've also got the benefit of having a really wide range of courses, both at the school, delivered remotely or even online, that cater to your interests, cater to your skills, and are going to help you on the pathway that you're headed for. What's important to note as we start this process is you don't need to know what you want to do when you finish school. What's important is to think about a direction that you might like to take. Some of you might be absolutely committed to the idea that you want and need to go to university, and that's great. Some of you might have an idea about a career, a trade, or some further training that you're really interested in, and that's also fabulous. A bunch of you are also going to have no idea what lies out there for you beyond the world of schooling, and that is totally okay as well. You are not alone. There are a good number of you in that position. But it is important that you listen to advice. Advice really matters. You've got people around you who understand the way that you learn. They know your interests and they understand what you're capable of. Parents, I'd really encourage you to be part of this journey with your children every step of the way. You may know that I am currently surviving having an ATAR child as well, and the Year 11 and 12 journey is definitely one that the whole family have to take together. You will be going through the ups and downs of their study routines, their commitment, their uncertainties together as a family. So please be involved in the subject selection process. Please be involved in the meetings and the counselling that occurs around that, in the advice that they'll receive from the deputy principals, the careers coordinator, and also their classroom teachers as a whole. There's been an enormous amount of energy put into having the most up-to-date, the most relevant information available for you and for your child. So please take the time to sit down, go through those options and those choices, remembering that we need to be realistic, we need to be hopeful, and we need to be committed to the journey that we've got ahead over the next couple of years.
Year 11 signals the beginning of studies that will enable students to move beyond the classroom to a variety of tertiary destinations or into the workplace. Courses chosen by a student should be based upon their academic ability. Have you met the prerequisite for a given course? Interests, courses you enjoy, or future intentions, courses that maximise your future options. At St Luke's College, we believe students are choosing a pathway, not a career. We offer more than just the 2 pathways most secondary schools offer. St Luke's have 5 pathways students can choose from. University-bound students can choose 3 different options, including the traditional 5 ATAR academic courses, or the other 2 options are an ATAR English course with either the Curtin Uni Ready program or a Certificate 4 option. There are rural bonuses for St Luke's students. If you have preferred Curtin or ECU in your TISC preference, you will receive a 5-point WACE bonus. If Murdoch is your preference, there is a 10-point WACE bonus up to a maximum of 90. We also have 2 industry-bound pathways. Students may choose to complete a Certificate 2, 3 or 4 course, which may include 1 day a week at either TAFE or in a workplace, or they can choose to complete 6 general courses with 1 day a week work experience. St Luke's College aims for all students to finish Year 12 with a WACE, West Australian Certificate of Education. The WACE is recognised nationally by universities, tertiary institutions, industry and training providers. To do this, students must achieve 14 C grades in a mixture of ATAR, certificate or general courses over their 2 years of upper school, 6 of which must be from Year 12 units. When choosing courses, students will be directed to choose at least 1 pair of units from List A, the Arts and Humanities, and 1 pair of units from List B, the Sciences, Maths and Technologies. To be eligible for a WACE, students must also have demonstrated a minimum standard of literacy and numeracy. This means achieving a Band 8 in NAPLAN in Year 9 or successfully completing the online literacy and numeracy assessment over Years 10 to 12. The course selection process. Students will be bringing home a Year 11 course selection information book for 2021. In this book is an outline of all the courses offered for 2021 at St Luke's College. Seek sound advice when making your selections based on your academic ability. Does the course have prerequisites? Play to your strengths and build on your talents and skills. On your interests, be passionate about what you are doing and work hard. When selecting your courses, balance being kind to yourself with offering yourself a challenge. While not necessarily having chosen a career pathway, choose courses that maximise your options for the future. The Curtin Uni Ready program and the Certificate 4 are alternative entries to university and are completed online in a virtual classroom. Students successfully complete 4 units over Year 11 and 12 for the Curtin Uni Ready course or a Certificate 4 and ATAR English, and upon successful completion are awarded an ATAR of 70. This ranking can then be used to gain entry to many courses at Curtin, Edith Cowan and Murdoch universities. Students need to decide if they wish to be on a university pathway or an industry pathway. This decision will be greatly influenced by their marks on their Semester 1 report. Students need to meet the prerequisites in order to enter a particular course. ATAR students must choose at least 5 ATAR courses.
Hi, my name's Carol. I'm the VET coordinator here at St Luke's College. A VET coordinator's role is looking after upper school students with their vocational education and training pathways. As you've heard earlier in the presentation, we have 5 different pathway options for our students. Students can choose to enrol in a Certificate 2 or 3 course, depending on the area of study and the entry requirements. We've probably got about 30 certificate courses that are available for next year through various different registered training organisations. At St Luke's College, our goal is to provide a pathway that suits each student's individual needs and strengths. Students can enrol in up to 2 certificate courses. We've got different options going on at the moment, so we've got self-paced online courses, we've got certificate courses through the school, and then we've got courses that go through TAFE, and then we've also got school-based traineeship courses. A school-based traineeship is where students attend a paid 1-day-a-week work placement attached to a certificate course area, and the certificate course area is usually an area of interest for the students. So the areas of certificate course options there would be areas such as hospitality, business, community service, automotive servicing technology, engineering pathways, early childcare, and this is a commitment for the students to complete the online coursework alongside their training through their work placement. Moving back to our first lot of options, where we had 6 general subjects and a work placement, but it's really a pathway for students who don't necessarily want to take part in a certificate course but would like to gain work experience. The students would choose 6 subject areas, general course subject areas, and work placement that would suit them. All students with the 2 options that we've just discussed require to accumulate a certain number of work placement hours in order to achieve their WACE. This varies from a certificate course to certificate course. So our Year 11 and 12 students pretty much have a 4-day timetable for their school subject areas, and 1 day is set aside for students to either go to TAFE, their work placement, or based here in the library where they complete their online coursework. St Luke's College has a very respectable relationship with our local community and the support of our local businesses. This provides a variety of industry work for our students for their work placements. We have work placements based out from Wickham, Cape Lambert, West Hug, Rio Tinto, right through to Karratha, through to Dampier, Dampier Ports, West Tug out at Dampier, Rio Rail, and then BES Engineering, Core Engineering. We've got estate agents, the local vet. We've got a number of very, very supportive workplace host employees that look after our students. They enjoy our students' well-mannered, respectable approach and their interest in their subject area, which helps them move forward and become much more mature adults.
Well, in Year 10 we were given a list of subjects and pathways for Year 11 and 12, and I was just shocked and blown away at how many subjects there actually were to choose from and pathways. I thought it was just university and workforce, but there's a lot more than that. Well, with school-based and distance learning, school-based, I'm here at school and doing normal classes as everyone else does, and I'll have the occasional study period here and there, and that's where I will do my certificate, which is my distance-based learning, where I do the books that are sent down to me from the TAFE in Broome, where my Cert 3 in Education Support is based from, and I have to stay in contact with my lecturer, and I can ask Ms Potter for help during those periods as well. I also have a day on Friday where I go to work placement at Wickham Primary, one of the schools here, for my certificate, where I do hands-on experience doing the actual job that the certificate is asking me to do.
Students and parents are continually updated by St Luke's College staff on the latest news regarding any opportunities that are available to our students. So at present we have the Rio Tinto Student Vacation Program, which is available for Year 10, 11 and 12 students. It's a 2-week paid program, and there's a variety of different areas within Rio Tinto that students can apply to gain work experience. Woodside run a work experience placement. It's usually in the July school break, and later in the year, July, August, we will start hearing from WorkPack and Programmed. They are 2 companies that work side by side with Woodside, Yara and Rio Tinto in applications for traineeships, apprenticeships that are available to our Year 12 students. Lastly, I encourage all students, Years 10, 11 and 12, to feel free to come and see me anytime. My door is always open. We have so many opportunities available to our students, and I would really like to see them make the most of it.
So what happens next? Students complete the online selection form with 6 preferred courses and 2 reserve courses. Mrs Carol Potter, the Careers Advisor, and I will interview all students with their parents to ensure the courses chosen are appropriate and that the prerequisites have been met. If a student has not met the prerequisites, then we can discuss alternative courses or discuss a plan to help your student reach the prerequisite before the end of the year. We would prefer parents to attend the appointment with the student. However, if there are reasons you are unable to attend, please let me know and I will make alternative arrangements.
As a parent of a child at St Luke's College, the subject selection process was daunting at first. They've got multiple subjects to choose from, which subject to choose, multiple pathways to select. After seeking advice from staff and the teachers, it was actually not that hard a process. They're there to guide you. They know what your student is capable of, or what your child is capable of, and where they succeed. So in the end, it's actually quite a smooth process. As my child's ending her high school journey, we originally started with an ATAR pathway, and for us it didn't work. The pressures of that were too much for us as a family, so we decided to take another option which still gave us a direct pathway to university entrance, which was completing ATAR English along with a certificate in business leadership and management. But there are other pathways, so you need to select which process is best for your child. So this is a family journey, not just one for your child. But that was the option that we took. So seek advice from your counsellors and your teachers, and they can provide you with the correct pathway that suits you all.
I then decided to choose the ATAR courses because I thought those courses would be able to give me more opportunities later down the road in future careers. Then realised that the general course just gives as many opportunities as the ATAR does. But with TAFE or even through general, it gives many opportunities. I've learnt many new things during TAFE. It's just entertaining and fun.
My advice for the current Year 10s choosing their Year 11 courses is to choose subjects that you're passionate about, so then you strive and you're determined in the content you're learning. So Vision is virtual school networking, and that means I have a teacher who's based in Perth. During Year 10, I was the only student in my cohort interested in doing health studies, which meant that the school offered me online learning through Vision. My tips for success is to look at the long term rather than the short term, and to be determined and strive in the best way which is suited to you.
Thank you for watching this presentation. We look forward to seeing you at your course selection interview next term.